Hey Taurus, welcome to April. It's a month away from your birthday. Okay, your season's at the end of the month. So if this is your first time here, I'm Jaylynngelato. I read for you intuitively. If you want to grab a pen and paper, I'm going to give you some important dates that you can write down astrologically. And initially, I'm just going to get into your energy at the beginning of April. And then we'll, talk about the astrology as we go. All right, Taurus. So your energy, we have the Hermit. And I always say this, when there's something in your 12th house, as much as the sun, something big, well, really anything. When there's something in your 12th house, like the sun right now for you Taurus risings, it's going to create a little bit of wonkiness until you're aware of it. Okay, and this is for any Taurus placement. It doesn't matter. There's going to be something in these messages for you. So looking at this right here, not to mention there will be a solar eclipse in your 12th house this month. So this can cause some strain. Okay, this can really highlight any work that needs done on ourselves that nobody else can do for us. That's really the message with these two cards right here. Okay, there is something like a thorn in your side feeling. It's really interesting. Okay, the Nine of Swords and the Hermit. So you might be feeling a little bit stressed out right now. Okay, and this might be something that you're keeping to yourself. This might not be something that, you're really talking about. I'm gonna get some more. Excuse me. Taurus. Okay, but it is coming to an end. We have the Ten of Swords. So whatever cycles, mental stress cycles that you've been coming to, oh my goodness, we have the Devil on the bottom. It's really coming to a close right now. And the important thing about these solar eclipses is that you kind of feel the effects of them for long term. So the next 6 months, you're going to feel what was going on right now. Not to that degree, but you're going to feel the effects of what's going on throughout April for about the next 6 months, if that makes sense. What is this about? What's this mostly about, Taurus? Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. It could be the way things are happening, the speed of things happening. A lot happens in Aries season. This might be some external conflicts that you're having, okay, arguments, people that just piss you off. There's something about the rate at which things are changing. Now, you are a fixed earth, you're a fixed energy, and change doesn't always come so easily to fixed signs. It doesn't mean it's impossible, and it doesn't mean it has to be hard and grueling, but sometimes it does require a little extra effort or a little deeper digging than other signs. But when you accomplish those changes, you master them and they are yours forevermore. And that's the plus side to fixed energy. Okay, so I'm getting Aries energy right now is sort of pulling you. I'm literally seeing a bull roped by its horns and being dragged against its will. Goodness. Hopefully that's not what's happening, but that's what the vision I just got was, as you feel like you're being pulled in directions that you don't even want to go into. If you wanted to be there, you would go there. And that's what I'm feeling, is you're being pulled in a direction against your will. That's the feeling. That's the emotion. I'm not saying that's what's happening. That's just the feeling. Okay. We'll get into the astrology later. I want to bring you as much clarity as I can about this. Okay. Obviously, there's some balancing that needs to take place. I see the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So where is Cancer? So Cancer is your third house. Mars is in Cancer, and it has been since the 25th of last month. Okay, you might be feeling there's a lot of changes or a little bit of friction in like your social groups or your, it could be family, sibling stuff, but just like your social circle, there might be some abrupt changes. Okay, and that's causing you a little bit of stress. It's causing, that's a lot. Okay, interesting, Taurus. So advice for Taurus about this. Because I don't feel like this is any one transit. I feel like this is sort of the collective energy of what's going on astrologically, and that's why I'm not jumping straight head first into all of the astrology. We'll get there in a second. What I think is happening is there are some things that you've been called to let go of, and it's the holding on that's causing some emotional pain or mental strain. Okay, you have this fresh start ahead of you, which is positive. Okay, so keep your eyes forward. Taurus, you have this tendency to lean towards the past and memories and like learning from your past mistakes, which is good. You know, that means that you can discern, you know, okay, well, I did this and this happened, and that's, you know, I don't want that happening again, so I'm not going to ever do that again. That makes logical sense. And another thing with these transits, the big ones, like Saturn moving into Pisces, okay, Neptune's been there. There's a lot of disillusionment, and it's not just for you, it's for everyone. And this is your Saturn and Neptune are in your 11th house. So it might feel like a lot of these things are public. Even if they're not, it might feel that way, okay? It might feel like the way you've presented yourself in some way, or the way you've connected to like your people in some way. It might be like, oh, I did that? Like, that's what I'm getting. This is really interesting. This is really interesting. But especially if this is your first Saturn return, take it easy on yourself. There's no escaping Saturn's tough love. If this is your first Saturn return, you really, and repeat this, play it back, you have to take it easy on yourself. And you're gonna have to withdraw your attention from others, okay? And that's if this is your first Saturn return. If you're past your first Saturn return, that might not make a whole lot of sense to you in your life right now. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this is your first Saturn return, if you know your chart, okay? But what I'm getting from these cards already is like, there's just something you don't want to, you want to let go. You want the pain of something to let go, but you're not wanting to like actually, or not wanting to, but you're like I feel like there's a disconnection between what you need to let go of and what you're moving towards. Because if you're letting go of one thing, like you might feel security in holding on to something. You might not feel that future security of like, you know, letting go of one thing and moving on to the next. So there might feel like you might feel unstable, and in that instability, it's like scary. The unknown is a very feminine energy, and in our society, it's not well received, okay? The unknown feminine qualities of things. We like to know everything. We like to know our next move. We like to know our next step. And that's part of what I do here. So if you need a personal reading, all my links are below. And also, you don't have to be present for your personal reading. I'll do your reading, send you the link to your email, watch it as many times as you want. And it just, you know, gives us freedom in that sense. But that's what I'm getting for you. This is really interesting. A lot of this is 12th house stuff, okay? it's gonna feel worse than it actually is. And I hope that brings you some comfort in me saying that. But the fact is, there is a new horizon that is ready. There's this open field for you to charge through, but at your own will. Okay, not because you're forced to, not because you know, like, you're not gonna charge against your will. Like, it's interesting, right? How we could want to do something until we're made to do something, and all of a sudden we don't want to do it anymore. I mean, yeah, no, I completely agree with that. But why would you want to stay in a place? Okay, let's talk about some transits. So on the 3rd of April, write this down, Mercury moves into your sign. Okay, a lot of these ideas and things are gonna make a lot more sense. You're gonna get like sort of a light bulb, I'm feeling, for you, Taurus, around the 3rd. Between the 3rd, earlier in the month, okay, because your Mercury and Taurus will go retrograde on the 21st after your season starts. But I'm feeling like these early stages of Mercury moving into your sign, you're gonna start getting these new ideas, these new thoughts, things that you have not thought before. And it's going to make these transitions a lot more smooth for you. Okay. So that's on the 3rd. On the 5th, you have a full moon in your 6th house. This can relate to your health, your physical health, Taurus. That's where it all starts. Okay. Our well-being really does start with our physical health. Our physical health affects our mental health, affects everything that we do out in the world, the way we connect to people, the way we connect to ourselves, the world around us. And so there might be something around the 5th that comes to your attention that it might very well be like a combination of, you know, Mercury and this full moon bringing light to what it is that needs to change in your physical health. If you've been having any issues there, or anything that, you know, just needs your attention, I'm seeing solutions, because there is an ending of a cycle. So I'm seeing solutions around that. The important thing is to not panic, you know. There is a solution for everything, okay? And the vibration of the solution and the vibration of the problem are very different. And so if we're ruminating on problems, it's gonna deepen those problems. And so one of the switches that you're making this month in April is more leaning towards solutions. You get a problem, okay, well, let's focus on the solution more than we focus on the problem, because it's really the only way out. So solution-based thinking. That's the first week. We have the Hanged Man. This is your fixed energy right here, okay? Why are you so resistant to change? I know I'm asking a fixed sign this, but ask yourself that. Why are you so resistant to change? Is it the comfortability? Is it the unknown? Why are you afraid of the unknown? These are just some journal prompts I'm throwing out. What's so scary about not knowing what's going to happen next? Because not knowing doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen. Because you can not know something and it be a pleasant surprise, right? When you find out. So those are some good journal prompts. There's something, I feel like you're kind of being, I don't feel like there's anyone, I don't feel like the universe is just like trying to drag you by the root of your hair to someplace you don't want to be. And that's the bigger message. I don't feel like you're being dragged. I feel like it's actually creating more friction for you, just sort of staying where you are. I feel like just the natural changes that are occurring, like you're not comfortable in certain situations anymore because you've outgrown them. You're not comfortable like straining yourself in certain situations because this might be a little bit of survival mode too. If you have any like inner child work that you need to do, now would be a really good time to do that. Okay, with the Hermit coming out. If you need to revisit something from your childhood and go back and give that baby version of you a well-needed hug and kiss on the forehead and tell them that everything's gonna be okay. I do see some of you learning how to come out of survival mode, okay? When your amygdala isn't active, you're gonna, as someone who just fell off the face of the planet for like 6 months straight, I'm telling you from myself, ironically, Taurus is I have a lot of Taurus in my 12th house, so it's like deep, deep, deep. I want to tell you that there is work to be done. Just logically telling ourselves that, hey, you're safe. Hey, Jalen Alexis, you're not in constant threat. It's taken me and my body both to coordinate the idea that I don't always have to look out for the next threat. It's taken me a while to integrate that. And I feel like some of you might be going through something similar, okay? That's just the energy I'm getting. And so in that case, you do want to take things easy. You do want to be extra gentle with yourself, okay? I think sometimes, Taurus, you can be hard on yourself and sometimes even the people around you. But I feel like, you're finding this. I'm feeling though, I'm hearing, I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is like rustling so loud outside. Yeah, these changes, I feel like even if they've been really positive in your life, they may have sparked something in that fight or flight center of your mind. Even if the changes are really positive, it's like, whoa, this is different. Whoa, that's different. And then you're just like, oh, everything's different. Like, and it's sort of creating this subconscious scare. And yeah, when a bull's scared, it can create a little bit of damage, okay? Either to yourself or to others. And you really can't damage others without damaging yourself. So keep that in mind. But also that gentleness, this grace with yourself. Like most of the other signs, I've been talking so much about the astrology, but with you, I want to take my time with this because I see some really deep healing going on within you. And, nobody should be forcing anything on you right now. Nobody should be like on your back about any of this, because I do see you doing the work to close out these cycles for yourself. So, and that's an inside job. You don't have to check in with anyone about your inner work. You don't have to, you really don't. You really don't. Your inside work is a gift to yourself, and it's precious, and it's not anyone else's place to judge that or measure that against what. Okay. Slow but sure progress. I do see you making progress. Okay, your birthday's next month. And if you need like a marker, use your birthday as a marker. Like give yourself Aries season up until your birthday to be like, okay, I'm just gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna fill my cup and I'm gonna notice any leaks. And it's not until you start filling your cup up all the way that you're like, oh, there's a leak here. I need to, patch this. Oh, it's a leak here too. I need to patch this. Oh, this bitch just put a fucking hole in my cup. Like, I need to patch this and then get the fuck away from that. You know, whatever situation. Doesn't have to be romantic. Doesn't have to be familial. But it's, you know, that's how you find the voids and the sore spots. Is you got to fill your cup up first, and then be very careful with how you spend your energy moving forward. Okay, let me give you some dates. It's already 20 minutes. So Venus moves into Gemini on the 10th. That is your second house, okay? You might want to invest a little bit in yourself. You might want to have like a little spa day, okay? I do see money coming a little bit more easily for you around the 10th, if money's been a thing. The solar eclipse is on the 19th. That is the day before your season. Just work on yourself, okay? This is the Eight of Pentacles. Don't make it all about money. Like, work on yourself and the money will come, okay? Heal those patches, you know, patch yourself up if your like energy is leaking from anywhere, you know, balance your chakras, ground yourself. Just because you're an earth sign does not mean you're grounded all the time. So, you know, ground yourself, get out in nature. And really, this could have to do with work, but I'm seeing all of that is just inevitable. And your job right now, Taurus, is to just make sure that your container, okay, your body, your energy, your aura is not leaking. It's just a solid container for all these blessings that are about to come your way, okay? Sun's about to move in your sign. Things are gonna get less heavy. Ironically, it's your season, but things will get less heavy. There's a Mercury retrograde in your sign on the 21st. So you might want to, you know, get out what you need to get out verbally. Start journaling and stuff. If you need to have any conversations, do it between like the 3rd and like the 18th. And just kind of let that be that. Like, speak your piece and, you know, give yourself closure where you need it. And then after your season starts, I would kind of lay low. You know, hang out on your birthday, have your plans, have all of that set up, and just take things in stride, okay? If you want to go deeper, my personal link is below. My personal link. If you want a personal reading, my website's down there. You know what to do. Get your reading, email me. I'll respond. If there's anything you want to share with me beforehand, you can. If not, you don't have to. It's optional. And then like and subscribe, because it'll make our readings here more accurate. Turn your bell notifications on too, so you can get your birthday reading and you don't miss it. And I look forward to talking to you. And I believe in you. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. I love you, Taurus.